Okay, Instagram. You can see us all. Yes.
Is this the only platform I do? The only one we're streaming, or
we're streaming live on Instagram. We're streaming live on Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
And we would stream live on YouTube, but I hate setting it up because you have to fucking name it and everything.
Yeah, I know. And then they
fucking
don't
piss me off.
They have the option to demonetize.
Do you edit this before you post it?
Nope.
Okay, because the camera is slightly a little bit tilted.
Yeah,
so if you wanted to tilt it back, because I was gonna say if you were editing it, then you can always move it. But if you're not editing it,
to me, tilt's not a big deal.
No.
We're all a little tilted. I'm sure our flat tops both are a little tilted.
Uh-huh.
Or your flat top might be a little tilted.
Mine definitely is.
Yeah, your flat.
Mine's all over the place.
Okay, thank you guys.
Hello,
3, 2, 1.
Action.
Welcome to Live from Normal Heights. This is episode 19. And we have 2 special guests. We'll start with ladies. Let's start with ladies. We have Tiffany. Tiffany,
hi.
What the heck brings you to the show?
Well, should I say we're bringing to this side of the world, the climate.
Oh, the climate. And you came from what side of the world?
East Coast.
You're an East Coast girl.
I'm an East Coaster.
Okay, so she's auditioning for the co-host position, and we already think she's going to be fitting the show because
I'm already on the show.
She's really good.
Yeah.
And Joe Dreamz is back. He was here for a moment last time, but now he's going to be here for a long time because we're going to hold him hostage if he tries to run out. We're going to get him in a headlock and give him a noogie.
Yeah.
So Joe Dreamz.
Yeah, well, I might cough on you.
Oh no!
Oh, no. You just got vaccinated, so.
Joe Dreamz, you just got vaccinated.
I know, for real.
What made you do that?
It takes 2 weeks though.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So watch out.
You might still be contagious.
So you did your first vaccine when?
April 20 something.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have to do it a month or so later.
Yeah.
Do you have to do any more after that? Just 2?
No, that's it.
Wow. Then you can walk around without a mask.
No.
You still have to wear a mask.
Yep.
Well, until the 15th.
So you get a badge or something. Or you're gonna get a badge or something. They give you some kind of.
I think that's the evolution and how things are gonna be moving forward. Like when you go to the airport, show the vaccination card. Because as the world becomes more and more populated, things like this are just going to happen more and more often.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. There's going to be, just for the sake of example, there's going to be COVID 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
They'll make sure they get a couple more.
And as the population grows exponentially, the amount of things like this will also, happen more often.
It's gonna, it's inevitable.
So I think vaccination cards, it seems like that's the way of the future.
Oh, that's pretty pessimistic.
Well, both of us will probably be the ones going to jail. We'll be
that's it.
We'll be hauled off in the cart with the handcuffs because we won't do it.
Yep,
We're like, get that thing away from me! But I'm not against you doing it.
Yeah. So what does getting vaccinated mean in your mind?
Well, to me, it's experimental. It's still in the experimental stage. So I don't feel like trying to be a guinea pig for the world population, which I think, if this wasn't man-created, which I do believe it probably was man-created, and they're probably going to block me on YouTube, and they're not going to promote it because
talking about vaccination.
But I think nature is on the side of evolution, and it is on the side of increased consciousness.
Definitely so.
So
I agree with that.
Tell us what you think about it.
I 100% agree. Nature, your immune system, for one, people don't talk about that no more. Where you have something in your body naturally built to evolve with you. So as well as your brain, right? You're going to have your body naturally is going to grow and be able to handle things that it wasn't before. So, I mean, inserting something artificial in my body is going to be something that holds me back. Because then my body's going to get used to artificial whatever. And then it has to adjust to that versus just naturally,
So what is the advice for somebody who has COVID? What is the natural way to, they're coughing, they can't sleep, they can't breathe. What is the natural advice? What should they do?
Okay, so there was 5 or 6 videos right when COVID broke out that I put up one. I put up one years before COVID. They blocked it right away. They blocked it because they said this is not approved by the CDC. There was ones where they were talking about how viruses can't survive under a certain temperature. So this one guy showed how you can do a misting and you can do a blow dryer in your nose, and you can actually heat up the nasal cavity and the throat cavity to a degree that a sauna would do, and it would actually kill the virus if you did it over extended time. But all these things were blocked by YouTube and by other sources.
Oh, wow. They want that information to be out.
So I'm sure there's other ways to fight it, but they won't let us know that. Because I think the government wants us to be vaccinated for whatever reason. So to me, that scares me. Like, why do they want me to be vaccinated?
I see. And you don't have much trust in the government?
No.
Okay.
Especially after 9/11.
Like, is it the government, or is it like specifically, is it specific people, or is it just the whole
It's probably
entity?
the pharmaceutical corporations.
You know, they say
that
one bad apple spoils the bunch, right?
Uh-huh.
You know that. So there is that.
Yes.
But
I don't want to spend too much time on this
for real.
vaccine. What we wanted to really talk about is Joe Dreamz.
Let's go, Dreamz. What we dreaming about?
Yeah.
So Joe Dreamz, you've been performing like I first met you at Balboa Park.
Yes.
And then I've seen you at the Drum Circle performing. I've seen you up and down Newport Avenue in Ocean Beach. I've seen you on the boardwalk, on the beach. I've seen your videos of parks and everywhere. Where haven't you performed?
In Antarctica?
Yeah,
okay.
well, I mean, are you asking California?
Yeah, like in San Diego. Is there a place you haven't yet that you're going to go? That you're like, I've been wanting to go there?
There's a spot in San Diego that I haven't been yet?
Yeah.
No, not as far as a spot, but as far as a venue, selling out the Hieghts Arena at San Diego State, and then the Sleep Train Amphitheater, and then the sports arena.
Let's do it.
Nice, yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, so if any of you guys have contacts with who's like the booking agents for these places, get a hold of us, because Joe Dreamz is amazing.
I'm sure they'll hunt us down, actually.
Yeah, they will. They will. So what inspired you to go out and start doing it?
So, the pandemic. Right after I cough, right?
I think we should need some hot tea.
Yeah.
Would you like your hot tea?
This is a good segue to our tea. Cheers.
Sponsored by
Tim. Green tea.
They have green tea.
Tim's tea.
I have, what do I have? I have lemon ginger herbal tea.
Yum.
So so here's the story. Long story short.
I don't know about that. Long story short.
Right. This was at a point where I felt called to go on a road trip, like on an adventure, about like a couple years ago. And I packed my bags, I put it in my trunk, I signed up for Lyft and Uber, and I just started living in my car. And it was a cool strategy because in every city I go to, I can work. And I could do Lyft and Uber and everything. And I could still work.
Yeah,
that's
pays your
and
trip.
then I could travel at the same time. And since I was staying in my car, all I was paying for was gas, and everything else was pure profit. But then my car broke down when I was all the way up in Seattle area. It actually broke down while I was on a date, too.
Oh,
which is even funnier, right? But
that's happened to me before.
Yeah, but I recovered and everything. But basically, I had some money set aside in my emergency savings just in case anything happened while I was on my road trip. But I felt called to, instead of using that money to repair my car, which probably was going to break down again from the drive back down from Seattle to San Diego,
a long hike.
I decided to invest. Now, the cool thing about that date that I went on is that the girl I went on a date with was from Seattle. So while we were in the area of where my car broke down, she was like, hey, there's this spot over here. And so she showed me this place called Pier 54. Pier 55,
I think I heard it.
Which is like a super busy tourist area in
I
Seattle.
Pier.
And this was like there was hundreds or thousands of people walking up and down the pier.
Perfect time for an audience.
Yep. And so when I was there, when I was on the date, something was inside of me was like, here, you're going here.
Good you listen to it.
Yes, and I was like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean? Like this is terrifying, right?
All listening to your dreams.
And at this point, I didn't even have an album out. I have like hardly any music available for streaming. So what I literally did was I took that money, went to Guitar Center, bought a speaker, microphone, which I still have used today.
Nice.
Oh, the $150 ones. I have the little teeny one. Is that
the Bose S1.
Oh, okay. I had a little cheap one.
Yeah, portable.
Yeah, portable. Mm-hmm. And I was still in my car, so I would take a lift from my car to the pier, and the first time I performed, I made like hundreds of dollars. I did freestyles, right? So I did freestyle. And basically, what I do is I ask people what is their dream.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
I know I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it. Then that gives you a segue to go off into your stuff. Yeah, that's actually
and then I'll do a freestyle about their dream, and people were tipping me all kind of stuff because how emotional is your dream and how significant is that to you. So when someone's doing a customized piece about you. Yeah. Then it has your attention. So what I do is I freestyle and kind of tease people as they're walking by to get their attention. Yep. As soon as they realize they're talking about you, you're like, wait, he's talking about me, right? Yeah. Then I'll be like, hey, sir, what's your name? Be like, hey, my name is Joe Dreams. I make people's dreams come true. So if you tell me a dream that you have like a genie, I'll speak into existence over freestyle. Right? I just did that.
That's ingenuity.
And then I was able to stack up money and I was like, why haven't I been doing this? Because I made way more money doing that in a few hours than I did of like a whole 2 days of doing Lyft and Uber.
That's right.
And less risk. And it was much more fun. Much more fun.
But it hit you when it's supposed to hit you. You probably weren't ready before. That's probably why it didn't happen.
Yeah.
You weren't necessarily ready. Your mind needs evolution to get you
That
prepared.
Kind of did what I did.
It was necessity.
Yes,
it was necessity of having no other choice.
That's right.
And it's like, all right, fine.
So
That's right.
When I first started performing solo, I did open mic nights. I hosted open mic nights. So I'd play a few of my songs, and then other people would play. And then I'd play a few of my songs, other people would play. One night, I set it up where I made flyers and everything, and no other musician. It was a place I did it regularly where people showed up all the time. My family showed up, my girlfriend showed up, my friends showed up, and no other artist who was doing open mic showed up. So I ended up doing an hour and a half of my own stuff.
Look at that.
Yeah. And everyone was just like, it was so good, we didn't need anyone else. I'm like, I can do my own shows now.
Yeah.
So it was the same thing. The universe kind of just pushed me out. I have to do it.
I know that's kind of the stage I'm at right now. Even though it's not like the confidence thing is there, but it's the actual push. My issue is the amount of options. I'm like my dad always says, I'm a jack of all trades, but a master of none. So
let's ask, what's her dream?
No, let's go, Joe Dreams. That's okay. So we're getting into that.
Uh-huh.
You'll figure it out. Go ahead and pick me. I'm a girl, so a little different than a man's dream. a little bit different, but kind of similar.
I see. I mean, you might as well. You've already kind of touched on it.
What's your dream?
On what?
Your
on
dream.
what my dream is?
Yeah.
I have.
And he's gonna bust out a rap. I gotta go. I'll do the beatbox. I'll do the. You'll do.
I feel like there's. I mean, I've been through so many things and I've done so many things. Like I don't know if I can pinpoint one dream. I have many dreams.
Yes.
What's one of the many?
Music.
Okay, music. Mm-hmm. You want to sing? You want to?
And that's the thing I'm trying to. I think sing. I'm entertaining, so I like to entertain. I like to be. I'm mysterious too. I have something I get told often, so this is why I know I'm good for this show because I have things that people want to know about me. I have different perspectives. I'm not necessarily secular, as I was telling you about. That's why I don't like franchise food like Subway, McDonald's, Burger King. I don't do that. Or any Fridays. I don't like franchise. I'll eat it. I make it work, but there's a reason I'm not drawn to that. I like the side. I don't know, like the things you don't know about. Mom and pop,
little small places,
like
independent,
unique independence. Just like when it comes to anything, I like to be open. I don't like to be
so Joe
closed in on one thing.
Wait, actually.
Goodbye.
So would that be the same way that you would like to approach music as independent, not part of the big label, the franchise?
There you go.
And doing, having. So to me, it sounds like you value freedom. That's like very high on your values.
It's true. Although I can deal with not being free. Like being tied down to something. But that's a commitment. I can handle that, but it's just I'm more attracted to, I guess you could say, polygamy, but not really, because I believe in a monogamous lifestyle. But I don't know. I can't even describe it. I'm still learning myself. I'm not like 40 or 50, so I'm still learning myself. Right. So I'm dabbling in things. I can relate to 80-year-olds. They love me. I can relate to 18-year-olds. They love me. So it's like such a vast field of options. I don't want to hone in on any one thing.
I see, because then it feels like you're limiting yourself.
I'm limiting myself, right?
I see.
So
yeah,
I'm just.
I see. It's like being at a fork in the road, because if you go down that road and narrow and specialize in something, right? That's the only way to master something, and the rewards of mastering things are endless.
They're infinite.
But then at the same time, okay. But then when you look right, you're like, well, I can just go wherever I want on this road whenever I feel like
it's my choice to left or right.
I see.
You see, rather than close in on one thing.
Yeah. I see.
You see, jack of all trades, master of none.
I see. Many interests. Have you ever found something that encompasses like all of your interests into one?
Meditation. Solitude. Spirituality. Religion. But I don't, again, just like politics, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat, I'm independent.
Yes.
I'm not black, I'm not white, I'm mixed. There's the mystery
like water.
Tiffany. I'm like, and this is, I say this.
That's my vaccinated show.
I
told you before the show.
No, you didn't tell me. This show, I thought.
Look, I didn't tell him. That's all I told you. Over here.
Whoops. Whoops.
Be careful. So they just stick a needle there, or what do they do?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like a...
It's just like a regular polio or a flu vaccine, right?
If you stick a needle in any muscle, it's going to be sore.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, 2 times, too.
Yeah.
Was it the same spot they did before, too?
Yeah,
because this is my least dominant arm.
Oh, okay.
So they want, you're right-handed, so they want to do left.
Yeah, so just in case I can still defend myself.
For real.
Or
you still sign a check, and just in case you got to pay me.
So I might have asked you when you came on for a moment before, but where are you from originally?
San Diego.
Oh, that's right. You said you went to all the schools.
You know what? You know what? I just found out within the last 6 months that one of my most popular songs is called Fifth Avenue.
Oh, dang! I was born in Manhattan.
Oh, wow. And
right near Park Avenue.
Okay, maybe it's gonna be your anthem too. Who knows? So I literally found out. My mom shared my birth certificate with me because I needed to do it for a passport.
Oh yeah.
And I literally found out that I was born at Mercy Hospital on
Hospital?
5th Avenue in San Diego. I found that out after the song was out.
Oh, cool,
I was tripping out.
What
I can't believe it.
There's something about coincidental, but there's no coincidence.
I know, right?
Speaking of songs, I just got this cool CD. How many songs are on this CD?
9.
9 songs. Cool. So you just released this recently?
Yeah. Well, recent depending how you see.
Yeah.
Recent.
Well, yeah. I released mine recently, but mine was in 2012.
Oh, okay.
I've done 3 CDs since then. I just haven't released them like physical copies. They're on the internet.
Oh, okay. Yes.
That's the last one I did physically, just because I produced so many of them, and then now it's like people like, I don't know what to do with this. What do I do with it?
Yeah.
It's like you put it in the friggin' computer and you put it on your phone. It's like they don't have a computer. Like, what the fuck? You don't have a computer?
No.
You don't have a car stereo?
I know.
To be honest, I don't even have a CD player.
Oh man!
I don't have a CD player. I haven't had one for a long time.
The reason why people buy this is because they believe in what we're doing. And they see that as an investment.
That's an investment. That's why.
That's an investment. Yes.
For the past decade,
because it's signed.
The only reason I'll invest in a CD is to have the physical copy, so I can be like
imagine LT.
So it's like me paying for you. Yes,
if this was signed by LaDainian Tomlinson.
That's right. That's much more value.
Yes.
So I gave you a present too. You want to show that present?
Oh yes.
I think I might have shown this on the show before, but that's my. It's 11 songs. There's one that's hidden. It's a hidden track.
I have to see that. I want to see that.
So it says 10 songs, but there's one secret one in there at the end. So where did you record your CD?
At home.
Oh, cool. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I've been going to different studios. I've been trying. I did some recording at home, but I just didn't feel it was up to par. Where I hired some people that were really good. I'm like, fuck, I spent like 4 hours trying to do like what they did in
I
2
love
minutes.
it.
I'm like, okay, I'll just let guys do it and I'll pay them money. But yeah, I got lucky on this one. The guy was in Japan who was from
that is a cool album cover. The contrast between the city.
I got that from Incredible Hulk.
Bruce Banner.
And it's funny, one of the first things I said to you when we met.
Incredible Hulk. You don't want to piss me off because I might turn into
One of the
Incredible
first things
Hulk.
I said to you when we met is your second song. Tell me if that's not what I said to you.
I Am Love. Yeah, you did say that. Mm-hmm. That's my daughter's song. I wrote that for my daughter when she was in the womb.
Go figure.
Oh, wow.
That's my daughter over there. Her Japanese name is Irene, which I is love, and Lean is Belle, so Love Belle.
Okay, that explains a lot of the artwork around here.
Yeah. That's actually, I don't know what country that might be from China.
She half Japanese?
She's half Japanese, yeah.
Ah. Yeah. So were you in the military at one point? Or is that
No, I went to Japan because I studied at a Buddhist school in Orange County that required either Chinese study or Japanese study or Spanish.
Oh,
I tried Spanish, I didn't do well. 80% of the people at the school, maybe 60 to 70% were Japanese. Some of them were straight from Japan, most of them were third and fourth generation. So I figured, and I grew up listening to Japanese because I was in a Buddhist organization all my life.
I see.
And everyone spoke Japanese. So I figured I might have a better chance with that. So I started, and I did terrible at Japanese, but it was at that point they said, you're going your third year, whether you like it or not, you have to go to another country, so you're not going to change languages again. So I stayed with Japanese. I did terrible. I didn't think any school would accept me, but they accepted me on the way back side of Japan where no one else went. I went all by myself. All my other classmates went to the front side of Japan.
Is that where you met your wife? Or
yeah.
The love of your life? Or?
I don't know if I have a love of my life.
Yeah.
I was married once to a Japanese girl I met when I first went there. Mm-hmm. And officially I'm married to one now, but she lives in Japan.
Okay.
So
what is it about the Japanese culture that you fell in love with?
I don't know if I fell in love with Japanese culture. I really loved performing there. I performed at over 200 train stations, and I got kicked out of about 160. But I went back to about 100 of the ones I got kicked out of, and I did it 2 or 3 times, and then finally the cops just got sick of kicking me out. They just let me play because I just was so good, and so many people I had people bitch out the cops when they kicked me out because they had given me big tips, and they had requested Carpenters. They had requested Beatles and Simon and Garfunkel, and I've only did the Beatles, so they wanted to still hear Simon and Garfunkel and the Carpenters. Oh, yeah. So the cops trying to kick me out. They're like, no, he's going to do Carpenters next. You can't kick him out, you know. Mm-hmm. So the old men would yell at the police, and the police would finally walk away.
And then they have a more of a respect for the elderly in the Japanese culture. So even the police
would have to walk away.
When
also because it was nothing I was doing that was illegal.
Yes.
In Japan, the police tells you to do something, you just do it, even though it's not legal for them to tell you not to do it.
It wasn't considered soliciting?
No, because they said, oh, you can't sell your CD. Okay, so put it under my book, and I'm not selling CDs anymore. Yeah. You can't take tips. Okay, I put my tips away. I'm just playing music. I'm not plugged in. There's no sign that says you can't just sit on the corner. This is a train station. It's a publicly owned train station. I'm paying taxes. I own the station. It's my station.
For real.
It's my city, you know? So I would bitch them out. I'd fight them and stuff. But a lot of times they just finally give up. Okay, I'm going to another train station. But if I didn't make at least $100 at one station, I never went back. And I made sometimes $300 or $400 a night just because people there give big. Their smallest bill is a $10 bill. Their most of their coins are $100, 100 yen, which is $1, or 500 yen, which is $5. So they throw a whole handful full of coins and they go, "Sorry, I don't have any bills." But I look, it's like $8, $10 they just threw in coins. I'm like, oh, that's fine. I'll give you a CD even though they're worth $25. Like they look on the bag, they say it's $25. They're like, oh, I'll give you more money. Oh, because in Japan it was Nissan Gohyaku, which is $25.
So why'd you come back?
I was in a song competition with Guitar Center, and throughout the whole competition there was voting. People would go on and vote, and people would friend you and become your supporters. Based on that, you get points, and I was in the top 5 for the whole competition. And then they were going to pick 5 that they wanted to come to LA and do the what do you call it, the finals. Whoever won the competition got $8,000 in guitars, which one was a Gibson acoustic, and one was a like Gibson. What's the next one? That's
Taylor.
Taylor electric, and then a recording mic, a recording software, and a computer thing to record, and a 3-song CD with a professional producer, and I think something like $10,000 cash. I forget what it was to do your, to fund your tour of this CD, right? So I thought for sure I was going to win, or I'd be in the final because I was in the top 5 the whole time. Oh. They only picked one person from the top 5 in the final. They even picked someone that was way down in like 300th place who only had 1 follower and 1 song. You could put up to 5 original songs on there. I put all 5 original songs. I've written over 100. So I would change out the songs throughout the competition, just to show more songs I'm doing.
Yeah, the variety.
They picked only the girl who was in 3rd because she was on America's Got Talent once, and she came in pretty high. The other ones, everyone was pissed off. So it was the 6th year of the Guitar Center competition, and after that they stopped it because there was so many people pissed off because the person who just randomly picked them was like this guy who does like boy bands, like this like and all of the people he picked were like people that were like not serious songs because all the previous years they were all singer-songwriters that they picked because it was a singer-songwriter competition. But he picked people that were like dance music and stuff. And it was like, that's just what he liked. But that was the producer. But after that, they never did the competition again. They had it 6 years in a row. That was the first time I heard about it. Mm-hmm. But you had to live in the continental United States. So on the application, I lived in San Diego. My parents lived. Mm-hmm. So it was coming close to the finals. I was like, fuck. So I quit all 7 of my jobs. Jeez. I got everything ready, and I came to America, and then they selected. Oh, no, like a week before I actually came. They selected and I wasn't selected, but I already bought the tickets and everything. My wife said just go.
Failure to success.
Yeah.
Failure leads
so that
to
was.
Success. You are 26. 7? 26, 7? I don't know. You're not supposed to have the girl her age. You're supposed to have the guy his age.
Mm-hmm. 10 times 2 plus 5.
10 times 2 plus 5.
Geez,
Whoa, 25.
Okay, so I'm close.
10 times 2
plus 5. I know. I was almost there. When's your birthday? What month?
June 28th.
Oh, it's your birthday. You're going to be 26. Mm-hmm. Then I would have been spot on.
Yes, you would have been.
Check this out.
In a couple weeks.
Check this out. These are all concrete burns. This is when I was going to be 25. My dream from 10 years old to 25 was to be a singer-songwriter. So I learned to play the trumpet,
that was my
French horn.
That was my dream too.
Oh wow, guitar, piano.
I played the cello. And I wanted to go to school to study to play the piano. Wow. And I got accepted to Berkeley, but that's another.
You got accepted to Berkeley?
Yep, and I turned it down to move to Miami.
Are you crazy? I wanted to go to Berkeley, but my parents would not support me to go into college, so I just moved out. I wanted to go to Berkeley. I would apply.
You wanted to go to Berkeley?
But my said you can't go to college. Who's going to support you?
Oh shit!
I could have got a probably a scholarship, but I didn't.
I definitely could have got.
Yeah, because I was in district honor orchestra and everything.
Why is that over, dude? You're still here.
No, I'm not going to go to Berkeley. I'm not going to Berkeley.
Let's go.
You should have went. Why didn't you go to Berkeley?
For real, I can still go. It's not like you can't now. You can both go.
I'm not.
Help each other out.
I'm way past college. I went 10 years to junior college, and then I went.
No, you're not. You're not. No, you're not. Keep your brain going.
I'm done.
Oh, you think you're done?
You can go to college for me. I'll vicariously live through you.
Really? Okay. Well, I hope you'll vicariously
support you
a little bit too.
I told her she's gonna be my adopted daughter.
Oh, adopted daughter. So that means you still support her.
I have to support her. No, I don't think so.
No, I don't want to be supported.
Anyway, so Joe Dreamz, what keeps you going?
Well, there's several things. One, it's the people at the shows. Like,
I say that all the time. Oh. That's gonna get you something.
Hey, y'all switch. Y'all switch. Switch to this show.
Bring your tea too.
I'm physical, so that's what you can touch. Oops. It's only natural. I don't want to spill it. Uh-oh. Butt in the camera. I don't know how that's gonna be. Butt in the camera.
Now I'm in the blob. This camera's broken, so it's like I'm in the shadow. But that one, we're gonna download that one. So I'm not gonna touch your shoulder.
The other side, hair now.
Yeah, you can poke this one as much as you want.
Touch his shoulder now.
Good.
All right. So what keeps me going is, like, the other day, I was performing on Fifth Avenue. And,
Fifth Avenue, not New York.
Well, I'm actually going to be performing in New York at the end of the month for my birthday.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So
it's nice over there right now. The weather is
relatives.
nice.
You're just gonna go?
Yeah, we're just gonna go.
Cool.
So it's like, so I was performing, and then so I have a crew of people that come with me. So we create our own type of pop-up show, and like I have a microphone, someone carries a speaker and a tip jar, and then the other person
carries the camera.
Someone carries the camera, then the other person carries like the Instagram, Venmo, Cash App.
Yeah, okay.
Info.
To collect.
Yeah, because it's a business at the end of the day.
That's exactly what it is. You got to make a living somewhere.
Right, and where I was performing, like somebody said, like they were listening to the song. He's like, "Hey man, you're gonna make it. I promise you, you're gonna make it." Like, and I hear that like all the time, and that kind of stuff. Like like okay,
motivation.
Let's go. Like people are saying, like I can see you, like here, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, so that kind of like
that's
affirmation
good.
from others that keeps me going too.
And then I know you have a strong wherewithal in your. I know because I know your family. I already know. I can just sense it in you. I know your family's strong.
She's psychic too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Psychics love me.
Okay.
Kind of both are.
So that, and then the second thing is my vision. I have
you kept saying that.
Very big, compelling vision. Yes. And then the third thing would be, what is the alternative?
Yeah, that's what I
said. What is the alternative? Like, because I used to work 9 to 5, wear a suit and tie every day. I went to college.
I've had more jobs than I've had anything. I've had, I can't even remember how many jobs I've had.
Yeah.
And every one of them, I just wanted to get the fuck out of
there. Yes.
There wasn't one that I really wanted to stay with.
And how many people live like that?
I know. That's
every day.
It's the sheep. It's the sheep mentality. I keep saying it to him. Yes, there's so many sheep. They just like I'm telling him about secular work, secular vision, just like the same mundane bullshit. Like, come on, man. There's so much more to life, Joe Dreams. Than that's what that name is brilliant because everyone has a dream. Just not everyone hones in on their dream because they're. It's fear. Fear drives the world.
Yes,
fear drives the world.
And so that kind of transitions into the vision I have. And so one of the biggest problems that we face now, and it's going to be one of the biggest problems that we will face in the future is purpose. And here's why.
Purpose.
And here's why. It's because soon, like think about what we're doing right now. How many people did it used to take to record a podcast?
A lot of things.
Like you had a
now
videographer.
you can hit it on that one. I have 4 phones. I can do it on 4 phones.
Yes, you had someone editing in the editing room.
Oh, I never.
And then you had the whole edit. You had the whole black room.
I
and
hated
then you had
that
the animation people.
Oh, I hate that.
And then you had
Evolution.
this. Yeah, and then the video camera, and all those things disappear. Now
I just put it up. I like it fresh, without any cuts, without any.
That's the brilliance of this.
So what's going to happen when artificial intelligence continues to grow exponentially, and when you go to the grocery store, there's nobody there. You just walk in, you have your chip or whatever, you walk in, you grab whatever you want, you walk out, it knows exactly what you grabbed.
Just do your thumbprint.
Fingerprint, it knows what you grabbed, all the items, and you just come out. When you
it's in the cart, it'll just scan
it.
And just put your thumb at the door, and you're out.
And when you, Amazon, instead of delivery drivers, there's drones. They already have them, right? There's drones, and when you take an Uber, this car's going to drive itself. The Lyft drivers, all those Uber drivers,
they're all going to be eliminated.
All the construction, they got houses that they can build. A machine can build a whole house and quickly. So that how many jobs are associated with a house? You got, that's the plumbing, that's the painting, that's the construction, that's the builders, that's the contractors, that's the real estate agent, that's the this, that's the that, that's the that, all by one machine.
It eliminates it,
right? And all these, even musicians, even music, right? Because not only these machines will be able to.
They'll never make lyrics like my lyrics.
Well. We'll see,
I know. That's where it gets a little.
They can study like the top Billboard Top 100 charts with the algorithm, and they can see, or they can even look at your body chemistry and be like, "What mood are you in?" And they can probably, in the future, I'm guessing, give you a sound.
You're definitely guessing.
A sound based on what your mood is, and give you exactly what you want to hear at that moment. Right, and maybe even with your own voice and customized to your own life. with your own life story that only the AI knows about because it's been observing your every move.
Right. But there's always this. I was having this conversation with an electrician, the one where I just came from Sacramento 2 days ago, and he thinks this is a simulation. All of this.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm sure you've heard that theory before.
Yeah, I mean it's a possibility.
Yeah, I know.
I started teaching her to start writing down your dreams because I teach lucid dreaming and astral projection. When I started learning lucid dreaming and astral projection, I realized as in my dream I can change the dream.
Yes.
And then I started seeing that in my daily life how I can change it. So to me, I believe we are in some type of a simulation. Our mind is actually creating this reality. Like you brought me here, I brought you here. We all brought each other here.
Okay.
Subconsciously, like we are controlling this reality. We are creating it as we think, whatever we're doing, we're slowly creating reality.
Okay.
I mean, we have to physically also actualize it.
It's something to do with your thoughts, and your previous thoughts, your current thoughts, and your future thoughts.
Okay. One theory is your thoughts are actually up here in your head. They're not yours. 99.999% of your thoughts are actually you're just picking up from because this is a satellite dish. It's picking up all the thoughts.
This is why, as a
but knowing, you're knowing, and you're perceiving, and you're receiving, and you're being. That is something that can't be algorithmically.
Can't be.
And is this what they teach in the Buddhist temples?
Buddhist teaches that reality. We are all the creators of reality. So a Buddha just means a person that's become enlightened to ultimate reality, and they are omniscient or omnipotent based on the fact that they know why everything's are happening the way they're happening. Mm-hmm. They can see the cause and effect relationship of everything.
Yes.
And then they can live in a symbiotic relationship with all the other people, and they can help people to lift them to a happier state. Because in Buddhism, the final state is. So in the early Buddhism, it was four things. It was suffering, defilement, no soul, or no identity, and what was the fourth one? I forget. But in the final teachings, it was the absolute opposite. It was happiness, true self, purity, and what's the fourth one now? I just forgot. Happiness, true self, purity, and I forget the fourth one. I always forget the fourth one. But if you become fully conscious, everything will work for you. And so the goal of Buddhism is to become fully conscious.
Yeah.
And there's no one there's no religion that is wrong or right.
No, there isn't.
It's just a choose of a path. That's all judgment.
What religion did you grow up with your family?
Well, I grew up in a Christian home.
Christian, yeah, likewise.
So what did you think of your Christian home?
I was never ever pinned down to one. Like I was saying with my dream, and I was never forced to be in any. Obviously, they wanted to persuade and to inspire me to go the way of the Christianity. Get baptized and do all the Christian way of living and all. And I do ultimately believe that it's a solid. There's no one religion that's wrong. None of them. They're just not, because ultimately there's only one belief that's right. I don't think there's a ton of beliefs that are right. Ultimately it's only one. There's not 100 beliefs that are right. And we're all going in the same direction. The Buddhist, Hindu, Judaism, Christianity, Baptist, they're all the same thing. They really are. I don't see.
What do you think, Joe Dreams? You seem like a real religious person.
Well, I was just trying to understand what her point of view is on things. So to me, it sounds like what you're saying is that, okay, so imagine there's an Earth right here, and let's say this is before smartphone technology, and let's say it's even we're before the eastern part of the world even knew that there was a western part of the world, right? And so you have the Native Americans over here don't even know that Europeans exist, and then you have the Europeans. So let's take that back to let's say 1300. Let's just say.
Okay, you're 1300.
Right, and so I think there's Islam back then. And there's definitely Christianity back then, It's definitely Buddhism back then, and there's, this, and then you have the tribes that have their own
little
set of
individual
beliefs.
Yeah.
And so, and they don't know about each other, and so it sounds like you're saying is that they all discovered the same thing, but just called it something else because of where they were at, and so because of their culture, and that.
Well, do you know why? Do you know why the conquistadors killed the Aztecs and Incas?
I'm sure there's a plethora of
reasons. Well, the main reason was their teachings were almost identical to Christianity, and so in order for them that to be true, they had to be the devil.
Yeah, so it was a threat.
Because they said, we haven't taught you this. How do you know our religion?
So
you obviously are the devil because someone taught you what we know, and that's wrong.
And so killing anything hateful is
antithesis
the opposite
of what?
Of love. It's
Christianity. Yeah.
It's not. It's
so
not,
they were proving that the conquistadors were the devil.
It's fear. Fear is
and the
garbage.
Aztecs were actually the ones more enlightened with Christianity.
And so anyone that is doing that, they're driven by fear. Like if you're no. There's no such thing, but there is if you believe it.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think, Jeff?
About
religion, or are you religious?
And how did you grow up? You said Christianity. Did you ever take to that?
Yes, I definitely did. I definitely went to church like every single week.
Yep, I did too.
And I really think it's helped me out a lot.
Of course, me as well.
If if we could put religion aside, if you just think about what happens in the church in a healthy, let's say a healthy community with good leadership, right? And I just happened to go to a church called the Rock Church.
The Rock Church, I love that
great
church.
Leadership.
It does. Pastor Miles.
Yes.
Amen.
And I've learned a lot about leadership from just watching him.
Yes.
And the things they like, for example, one thing that Miles does before the service, he's like, find somebody that doesn't look like you and give them a hug.
There you go. Right? To inclusion.
And, so you have that diversity. Right? And so growing up in a church where things like that were happening, really, really helped keep me away from a lot of other trouble.
Straying from,
And even if I'm not perfect and doing everything like by the book, I think it's still healthy to go to a church and have that community and be around people whose values
are similar,
love, right?
And similar to what you're.
Whoa! Hold on 1 second. Hey! You can come in as long as you're quiet and listen. Okay. Oh yeah, but we can't do that on this show. Why don't you come in? We'll talk another day. We'll come back another day. Okay, I'll talk to you another day. Okay. Anyway.
We'll talk about that at some point.
Sorry.
Side note, that was a little interlude, right? What was that?
Sorry, we got interrupted there, ladies and gentlemen.
No, you got interrupted. We didn't. We were just sitting here being nosy. All right. So, anyways, back to what we were saying. You're right. As far as Pastor Miles is, he's you have to experience him too. And I didn't know until I went there. So I saw him. He's like an entertainer in every sense of the word. Like that man is God sent. He is heaven walking. Like
so he's in San Diego?
He is in San Diego. Point Loma. That man, I don't know, because I get told all the time, I'm like, and I feel an anointing, so I can.
Well, why don't we get him on the show? Why don't you go and call him up
Pastor
and tell him to get on the show?
I don't know, he's a busy man. He's a busy man.
No one's too busy for live from Normal Heights.
Oh,
Come
yeah,
on.
I could let you know.
After Joe Dreamz is on the show, we're going to go to the platinum, you know?
Well, listen, I mean, you got to start small. You can't just jump to that. That's another.
Yeah, we can just call him up.
You can't do it. You
I'm
have to take your time. There's patience involved in dreams. There's patience.
Who said we can't get, like...
I never said we can't. I just said it's not going to just...
Well, we can ask him? You want to ask him? I'll ask him.
I don't mind. He's seen me before. I've met him. I went up.
Just say you have a show and you want to know about Christianity. Our folks want to know about Christianity. Can you come in and talk about Christianity on our show?
Oh, okay.
And your beliefs. And all that shit.
Okay. That's true. Okay. That's a good thing. I guess this is another...
Oh, Pastor Miles, if you're watching on YouTube or anything, you're invited, okay? Or if any of you guys know Pastor Miles, bring him on. Tell him, come on.
I love him. He's a very, 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 very good person to be around. I already know. I can just see it. His beliefs are Yeah.
So in this room, we have Buddhist meetings when the pandemic's not going on. There's like 30 people that chant Nam-myoho-renge to that scroll. When it's a lot cleaner, it's all cluttered up. We moved a lot of shit around, but anyway. This is a Buddhist center right here for all of North Park.
Pretty much.
There's about 30 in our group. And we have Buddhist centers. We have, all of our meetings are at people's houses. We have about 400 group meetings in San Diego. And then we have 2 community centers we go to, 3 now.
So, do you or any of your family follow Christianity still, or just?
Oh yeah, my parents, especially my dad.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They both are, very into it. Like my dad, he sponsors kids in different countries.
Nice.
He's helping build churches.
Giving.
In Vietnam, and because American money goes really
far.
Yes,
it does.
And so he responds to emails from, like, for example, in China, like, a Christian would get persecuted there.
Yeah.
And they go to jail, or they're worse. So, let's say that a person in that position, a missionary, they have nobody. So there's ministries that are like online, and then like they translate them. They have certain responses, and then you can go and you can send a letter to the prison where the person is at, and so they know they're not alone.
Alone, right? So it's like a community.
Yes, and then they
Support.
volunteer.
Support.
Yeah. They volunteer. They lead groups at the Rock Church. So it's really cool to see how everything works.
Integrates.
Yeah.
Integrates. Yeah, when things come together, and that's another discussion I was having with you when we first met. How everything in this world is, they try and segregate. If it's race, if it's religion, it's all the same. Like, if the more you know, the less you know. But everything is the same. Like, they're all teaching the same stuff. Like, they just, I don't know why they want to separate
the only difference between all religions on the planet except Buddhism is the only religion that has no beginning or no end. We don't believe there's any end or beginning, and no creation. Every religion has a creation except Buddhism and an end. We don't have any of that. We believe we're infinite. We've always existed. We always will exist. We've lived on millions of planets. So the historical Buddha said. I know. He said when he went into deep meditation, he remembered all of his lifetimes on other planets, and he took all those teachings and he tried to make them palpable to people on this planet. When he finally came out of meditation, when he started his teachings, but he said we've always existed, we always will exist. There's never an end. There's never a beginning. And to me, it just seems that's the only thing I have problem with all religions is a beginning and an end. Why do you need a beginning and an end? I don't need a beginning and an end.
Well, it's only because people need an answer. I know, everybody wants an answer to everything. The Bible says there isn't an answer. You have to be okay with not knowing. Like that's solid to me. Like I'm fine with not knowing. That's just less work for me. And I don't have to go study to figure it out. I just don't know. Like, but I'm okay with that. And I mean, that makes life interesting to me. I think, like, I'm like inquisitive. I wonder, like, there's so many different things. So I'm okay with not knowing.
Since you guys come from a Christian perspective, so say there is an end and there's a judgment and we all go up to heaven, wouldn't it seem boring as hell to be in heaven forever?
I don't think so. I don't think if it's heaven. Heaven is kind of.
Because no matter what you get stuck in like forever.
Well, think about it like this: if God who created you,
if there is a creation,
if God who created you knows your nature,
your thought,
like wouldn't it make sense that heaven would be the ultimate experience for his creation?
Bliss? Yes, so it's like paradise.
So everyone on this planet who got to whatever the ultimate bliss is, like the most amazing movie stars, the most amazing rock stars, they all, once they got there, they're like, that's it?
Euphoria.
So I think if there were a heaven and we went there, we'd all be like, oh, is this it?
That's pretty cynical. Euphoria, I don't think I'll ever get tired of pleasure. You can, I guess, overdo it because we don't know how to properly do it in the human experience. We don't know how to properly experience.
I know how to do pleasure. Pleasure is great for me. You're just destined to get hurt on this side, man.
It wasn't me.
Did I hit you on the spot?
I'm just fun and games, right? So, well, I mean, and also like think about how the universe is always expanding. There's always new galaxies and new planets being formed. So, from a Christian point of view, it's like, okay, well, what if heaven? Like, what is heaven, right? So, what if heaven was the universe in itself, and it's ever expanding. It's never stopping, and there's unlimited amount of places to explore. And so I don't know what heaven's gonna look like. I don't know. I've never been there, but from a point of view, for the sake of argument, it would make sense that a creator who created someone. It's kind of like if you go to a Ford dealer and you buy a car, there's an instruction manual made by Ford to be like, this is how to best experience this car, and here's how to get the most out of this car, and if anything goes wrong, here's what to do, because we designed it so we know exactly what this car needs and exactly what this car wants.
So you think there's an instruction manual?
What do you mean, an instruction manual for human beings? Well, that's what the Bible. That's what the Bible is, and
it is.
Yeah.
So you know about the councils of Nicaea and the councils of Constantinople when they were putting the Bible together?
So I don't know about all of that because I see where this let's see, the questions are like, okay, the Bible was changed.
Yeah,
or,
changed a lot.
Or
they took out
a lot,
in the third council. They took out reincarnation.
Okay,
that was part of
everything
Jesus'
evolved,
teachings.
Right? So kind of has to, new translation, old translation, King James, like it has to evolve. It can't stay as because we're not going to understand it the same way.
There's a whole study called apologetics, and those are the people who go into history and look at the Dead Sea Scrolls and see how they compare to the scriptures of today. Yeah. And then there's people whose whole profession is like they study evolution and like how is this consistent with what the Bible talks about, and how is that right? Yeah, there's all. I'm not an apologist, right? So I wouldn't be able to answer like all this, but a lot of times, like my dad, because he's really into apologetics, and he says some of the things he reads in the book is kind of, he asks like, so if I were to answer all your questions and all of this and you get every answer, would you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? And then if he was like no, then there's not even open minded to even
there's no point in even having it because you're closed off.
Because I believe I am Jesus, and I believe I am God.
Oh, that's
so that's kind of a
you are.
When they say you love Jesus, I say of course I do. I love myself, and I love you, and I love Jesus.
You are made in the image of God. You know, you're not God.
I am that I am.
You have to have a respect for that. You're because that's almost like an arrogant way of looking at it. Like I am God. I am.
So Jesus was arrogant, is what you're saying, because he said that I am that I am. So he's arrogant? Because I believe I am Jesus.
Okay.
Anyway, we're going to get off on another topic.
I don't...
I'm going to hit your shoulder, too.
That
was a good little segue to the next thing.
I like to challenge people. That's what the podcast is about.
Men like to be challenged.
Except hitting people on their shoulder.
No. Men are the ones that need the challenge. I don't need...
You don't need challenge. Okay. So you believe...
I don't mind challenge.
So you believe Jesus Christ is the answer?
Jesus Christ is the answer.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'm glad we have like a co-host who's totally different than me, because that'll help the conversation be.
Contrast.
Yeah, well, he did say he would invite you back 5 to 6 times. So
I wouldn't even.
We might invite her 7 times.
Who knows? I can't tell the future. That's another thing. I'm just here to experience it. I'm here to experience it. I'm willing. Give it, I'll take it.
Every time someone comes up to me and says, God loves you, I said, of course he does, because I love God, and God loves me because I am God. I love myself, so of course I love God.
You are made in the image of God.
Well, that's someone's point of view, but I don't have that point of view. But that's
it's a very seductive ideology. Like I get it. It reminds me. Earlier today. I love podcasts. I love personal development and self help. And they were talking about like Hitler and how he wasn't a leader. He was a master manipulator. Yeah. And they were talking about the difference between master manipulation and what he did was the spell that he put on everyone was that the German race, we are superior, and people want to feel superior. So it's a very seductive ideology.
So you don't think that people who started the Bible are the people that started before the Bible, the original Bible, the Torah. They call themselves the chosen ones. That's kind of like they're superior to everyone. It's a similar kind of ideology.
Yes, and that's why Jesus rebuked them.
Yeah.
That's why the written Bible, they're prophecy.
That's why they tried to kill him. Yeah, because it was taking away their superiority complex.
Yeah.
Or which was really an inferiority.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys want to talk about Gaza or Palestine? Or any of that stuff?
Current event?
Any current events?
I haven't been paying attention to that.
Neither have I. Who wants to get sucked into that garbage? We got the pandemic going on. Shot.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool that you guys are saying like religious persuasion, but she's like the opposite of you of like, following the CDC.
I feel like I'm
shit.
similar to a lot of people. Yeah. Like I just like a religion. Like we all are so similar. We're more similar than we are different. I've said this so many times. Well, there's somebody's I think video podcast or something. I think I was asked that question. We are all more similar. All of us, our race, our age, our gender, our color, our creed, we're all so similar. If we just join together, one is independent, two is synergy. This is why a man needs a woman. Because we're better together.
Unless their persuasion is man and man. Which is not wrong.
Yeah, this is a sinful nature, but I'm not going to get into the sex thing because that'll be a whole nother topic of opinion. Because, man is not supposed to kiss man, woman is not, but to each their own. I'm not here to judge, but according to me, that's not really...
Based on what you were taught.
Based on what I was taught, right? And I kind of, my life has been set up to believe that, so I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't feel right in my heart, and this is the thing. People think too much. Well, men think because you guys are logical, whereas I'm emotional, so I'm driven by my heart.
Well, that's why I've always felt I was a woman in a man's body.
Which is okay because it's good as a man to be in touch with your femininity, but men are more masculine. Women are too masculine now. That's why men
there's a lot of them.
There's too much to that. Masculine. We need to embrace our femininity. I like being a girl. I love being. I'm the only sister. I have two brothers.
Have you ever flirted with two girls? Just being nice, flirting with two girls, and the one gets really mad at you because that's her girlfriend.
Oh,
and you didn't. You're just being nice. You're just trying to flirt with everyone.
Yeah, well.
It's happened to me performing many times.
Oh, yeah.
Almost getting fights. I'm like, I'm flirting with both of you, and I'm flirting with the guys too. I flirt with everyone because I'm a performer. I'm flirtatious. It's not like I was trying to steal someone's girlfriend.
Yeah,
but then some of them girls that are butch, the ones that are they want to beat you up, man. I'm like, stand back, man. I'm a stand down. That's why I started calling myself a stand down comic because stand down. It's just
stand
my
down,
routine.
stand down.
Anyway, we went off on 50 million conversations. Is there anything you guys want to tie up, one last conversation, before we end this show, or do you want to keep going?
Yeah, I can do this all night, especially if you turn some music on.
Oh, let's play a song.
I'll just keep going.
Can you do a rap to one of my songs?
Yeah, for real. Let's get some entertainment going down. Well, it depends on how you feel too. I don't want.
Sometimes you're not right on the game.
I don't want.
I just started singing a song, and maybe you can do a little rap in it. You want to try?
I have the ability to do it. I'm just,
you might not be in
I've been performing all weekend.
I'll give you a break.
I just left Vegas this morning.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
I'm upset, so.
Yeah, well, if you're not in that zone.
So I'm down to just enjoy what Tim got.
Let's hear it. Struggle equals strength. I love that. Because it sure the hell does. It says it on your guitar. Struggle equals strength.
Close enough for jazz.
We are who? Ooh, I love jazz.
I just lost my fucking tuner, and I'll squeeze my French.
Yeah. Yes, because I told you about that too.
That's the one. Oh my god.
That's kind of the way it is.
Without a tuner, it's close enough. Sorry, all you people with perfect pitch out there that don't think I'm in tune. I'm sorry because I lost my tuner, my second tuner, and I need to buy another tuner because I can't do it by ear.
Oh, that sounds like Carlos Santana.
You want to hear?
Maria.
You guys want to hear an introspective song? You want to hear a sad song, or you want to hear a crazy song?
Let's end the podcast on a high note.
Ooh.
Okay, let's do it on. I know which one. Let's do it on. It's a sad song, kinda, but it has a happy ending. It's called Chasing Butterflies.
I've seen that on your CD.
So my wife, she says she's leaving. She's told me so many times. It's my dreams. She can't believe it. She says I'm chasing butterflies. With me. My dreams have been with me forever, but in the end you only have yourself. Whoops. Longer than I've known my wife. It's what I try and tell myself. Die with me. It's my time to fly now. I'm heading for the sun. There's no time to cry now. I have to say goodbye. Goodbye. I forgot the rest of the words.
Beautiful, doesn't matter. Woo! Bravo! That's gorgeous.
Where's the next one?
Alright.
Anyway, that's a short version because I forget my own song.
Alright.
Wait, you can't just run away.
But I can fly.
Okay, everyone sit back. We gotta say bye.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
How can people get a hold of you, Joe Dreams?
Oh yeah.
Just go to sleep.
Go to sleep. That's
And
it.
you'll find me.
That's where
Hey, that's why.
I'm
Tell
about to go.
Dream you funny.
That's where I'm about
I like
to
your
go.
hairdo, man.
Yep, thank you.
What can you hold on that? You've held a lot of stuff on it, right?
I've done a lot. I'm doing objects I could bounce on my flat top series.
You're doing what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've probably seen some of those.
You could probably stand on his flat top.
No. I don't know if it'll hold that much weight.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. Peace out. I love you. Goodbye, Facebook people. Whoops. Goodbye. Goodbye, Instagram people. How does it go? End right there. And goodbye, YouTube people.
Where are you next? Where are you next? Where are you next?